KIX 102.5 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Ty Albright. Here's what's going on in the 4 states. Joplin's new police chief has been on the job just over a month now. He's been working to tackle some of the biggest issues. Chief Richard Pearson telling us a major problem he's seen.
The crisis with homelessness.
He says he wants to form some homelessness coalitions around the city so that they can address the root causes of that issue. Meanwhile, Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft joining the Secretary of State in Kansas and in Arkansas, filing an amicus brief to the Supreme Court. They argue that Colorado and Maine should not be allowed to remove former President Donald Trump from their state's ballot. Your news, a service of KCU Joplin recently voted a great college to work for. KCU Joplin hiring dental faculty to educate future dentists in their state-of-the-art clinic. Learn more at kansascity.edu/jobs. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
It's going to be partly cloudy today with highs around 19. Very cold wind chill advisory in effect today. It's going to feel like -5 at times. -17, excuse me. And then tonight, mostly clear with lows around 4. Tomorrow is going to be sunny with highs near 21. And then on Saturday night, partly cloudy with lows around 14. Sunday will be partly sunny with highs into the mid-30s and a chance of rain in the overnight on Thursday. KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar isn't showing anything over the 4 states. It's 10 degrees in Neosho, 6 in Webb City, and 7 in Joplin. Wind chill advisory in effect, of course. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app. Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge. Today we're featuring Stapleton Elementary, Mrs. Robertson's 3rd grade class.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, guys. And if you'd like your kids or your class group to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, just go to KIX1025.com. That took the whole news bed. Wow. Oh, that camera's not going to work over there, is it? I had the wrong camera. There we go. Morning, everybody. Jen's out again today. I think the verbiage was, I don't feel like I got enough days off for my birthday on Wednesday, and because of all the confusion that was created yesterday, I should go ahead and take off Friday for my birthday today. Shameful behavior. Not surprised at all. Yep, that's where she is, Shiala. I think she's decided to go ahead and take another day off for her birthday on Wednesday. No, she's under the weather again. She really did not feel like being here yesterday. I mean, I told her, I said, you should have gone ahead and taken the day off. She said, I can't take the day off. It's my birthday. And I said, are you sure it wasn't yesterday? I'm pretty sure it was on Wednesday. And she goes, no, my birthday's today. And I said, no, I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday. That's why you took the day off, not because of me. Anyway, that whole thing. And then she decided she couldn't miss yesterday for whatever reason. She felt guilty for taking it off for her birthday, I think. So anyway, this morning, she tried to rally this morning. She was texting me and said, I tried. My voice is gone. I feel horrible again. She's really weak and everything. And I was like, should have taken Thursday off, but go ahead and take it off. And I'm going to cover for her tomorrow too and let her get the whole weekend to get feeling better. She's not the only one though, too. I do not, Sheila. Lies. Throwing lies. Today is a very, very special day. Probably the biggest day of this year. And I'm going to tell you why in about 17 minutes. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jim. So I guess Jen didn't think that taking Wednesday off for her birthday was enough, or at least something like that. That's why she's gone today, but hopefully she'll be back with us on Monday. Today is a very important day, possibly the biggest day of the whole year. And you're probably wondering why. Why is today such a big day? I'm going to tell you in just 16 minutes why today is so important. And I think you'll agree with me once you find out why. Here's Luke Bryan on KIX 102.5. Whoops, I had that in the wrong place. So, let's fix a few things now. Yay. That's all right. Do that way. Actually, it's tomorrow that is the most important day, not today. I said that wrong. I got the scramble. Boy, I'm just on a roll, aren't I? Okay. Done. Back over to you guys. Morning, everybody. Shup, Shiala. Dorinda's here and commenting. What the heck, is the baby not there, Dorinda? I'm guessing not, or you'd be going, coochie, coochie, coo, and traumatizing the poor thing. So later we're going to be talking about your warning label. If you came with a warning label, what would it be? Morning fabric softener? Oh, Downey, Christopher, yeah. Morning, Carolyn, Megan, everybody. Do I need more coffee, Mr. Britches? I always need more coffee, Dorinda. Right now, I've only drunk about that much of this particular batch, which is awesome. My wife last night, we had some friends over, and she was scooping the Sumatran that we use into the coffee maker while I was giving the dog a bath. And I said, that is one of the greatest smells in the whole wide world. It really, every time I smell that coffee, I'm like, holy cow, that smells good. So there, Jason was just telling me they're getting ready to change the live stream. I still have to refresh to load on the KIX website. They're going to take the chat box off right now while we're looking at something a little more consistent. And instead, it'll have a link there. Join the chat on YouTube. So it'll have a little button there that will take you directly to YouTube so that you can chat with us on it. Again, it directs people away from our website, but at least it will engage and give them the opportunity to chat with us. So it's a good idea on his part to come up with that. It's a good temporary fix until we find something that will work more consecutive or consistently for everyone that's on the website. The chat we had on there that we tried was a good idea. And it was a good start, but there's too many different issues across different platforms. And it was creating a lot of headaches for users. So they're going to take that down and put a YouTube link on there. Megan, you're getting sick too? Oh, good gosh. What do you have? Is it this flu bug thing like Jen's struggling with? I don't know. Like when I was in Mexico, I didn't have a virus, but that sinus infection kicked my butt. And then I don't think I mentioned my wife got really, really sick one night. I'd almost forgotten about that because it happened in the middle of the night until she was talking about it last night with our friends. She woke up, I think, on Wednesday night, throwing up in the bathroom, but it was something she had eaten because once she got it out of her system, she was fine again. But man, she threw up. I think she ate some bad chicken. Head cold, fever, chills. If you've got a fever, probably is a virus, either that or your infection's so bad that you need antibiotics. Get better, Megan. We depend on you. So did you guys hear who's going to be the performers on the Super Bowl this year? Well, okay. At this year's Super Bowl, I don't know if you've heard this or not, but Reba McEntire is going to be singing the national anthem. She won't be the performer at halftime. Post Malone's going to perform America the Beautiful, and the halftime performance will be Usher. I think we all knew about Usher. I'd forgotten about it, but Reba's going to do the national anthem, and Post Malone will do America the Beautiful on February the 11th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. They just announced the Reba Post Malone thing. Sarah says her pink eye ended up not being pink eye, some kind of corneal something. You know what? I think probably over half of pink eye cases are actually eye infections from foreign bodies or scratches or things like that, Sarah. But boric acid is good for those too. It clears up. It's just very restorative to all eye tissue. We don't know yet, Sheila. The playoffs aren't over yet. I think everybody has ideas, but we don't know. That's how her career started. One of the things I want to do today is go back and listen to some of our old video. I've not got to listen. Oh my goodness, we are early. No, I haven't undelete. Okay, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, that'll be right. I want to listen to yesterday's video. So I'm going to play that here for a little bit. You'll hear it in the background. Well, once I unmute Facebook. KIX 102.5, the four states, number one for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with highs in the low 40s this afternoon is 29 in Joplin.
Yeah.
What do you mean you can't believe me? I can't believe you.
She takes the day off yesterday for her birthday and then comes in here and tries to milk it. She's milking it. She's trying to milk
Do you
it.
see udders in my hand? I'm milking nothing,
I don't
Randy.
think that's
I am not milking a single thing. Yesterday was not my birthday. Yesterday I took a sick day.
Wow, Facebook captions are even getting that right. She took off for her birthday. 2.5, the four states, number one for country morning KIX. I'm wanting to see how the music sounds.
Take that back.
Come on. Birthday.
Well, yeah, they are. They're going to make 3 whole stops. Yeah.
Well, just coincidence that they feel like wiener never took your song. The Oscar Mayer cars approaches me. Yeah. Okay. It sounds like I was hoping it would. I've not got to hear it since we put the compressor on. We did that back after Jen's wedding. I got to looking around and discovering, hey, there's compressors on OBS. Okay, so I guess that's done. Yep, there it is. Well, until we can get that on the website, it's really not a benefit to us, but at least that's a good fix. Listen to what every Tuesday in October? Shiala, if you've got the kind of time to go back and listen to Morning KIX from October every Tuesday, you probably need to see a doctor. Oh, Reba got her big break. You couldn't find boric acid? Seriously? Here. Here it is from Amazon. I'm going to share it with you so you can have it. Well, that's probably not the one you want. Here's a half pound of it for $8. A lot of people use it for home cleaning. That really sounds bad, but here it is on Amazon where you can make your own solutions. You know what? She probably is, Jimmy. She probably is. She probably got them. She probably guilted them. Said, I've been sick and it was my birthday and blah, blah, blah. And got them giving her rides on the Wienermobile. It didn't put my comment up. It was weird. Yeah, those will do it too. But I'm telling you, boric acid powder, you used to get it in a bottle, looked like a medicine, like an aspirin bottle, and you would just take a scoop. I always did, like a tablespoon. Hold on, my wife just told me. KIX 102.5, the four states, number one for country. So tomorrow is probably the most important day of the whole year. We'll tell you why right after Mitchell Tenpenny on KIX 102.5. So my wife is saying that if you go to Walmart to get boric acid, it's behind the pharmacy. You have to ask for it. Thanks, sweetie. That you have to ask for it, but they have it at the pharmacy if you ask for it. You see it twice? I only see it once. That's weird. It's hiding one of them from me. Restream's acting doofy. Yep, I see it twice over there on the video. but only once over in my chat feed. So we're going to still go ahead and give Jen her movie assignment for the weekend, too. She said, go ahead and do that. So I need to find those little details. Find what you can watch it on. So on Prime Video. Because it ties in with this whole important day tomorrow. So I need to send her money for that. Babe, I'm going to do that. I'm going to send her $3.80 for the movie rental. I think I'm going to. Log in with your fingerprint. Here we go. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 721. Jen's a weasel, and she took off today because apparently didn't get enough time off for her birthday on Wednesday. So anyway, hopefully she'll be back with us on Monday. And I can't believe she would take off today either, because today is the day before a very important day of the year. Possibly the most important day of the year will be tomorrow. And since it is tomorrow and we won't be here then, we had to go ahead and pay attention to it today, because tomorrow will be National DJ Day, which is the most important holiday of the year. So the way you celebrate this is the day before National DJ Day is you go buy a new truck or a new car or something, and you bring it to your local KIX 102.5 morning show host, or better known as Randy Brooks, and you drop it off there along with the title and the signed up form of ownership. That's the way you celebrate that. That or breakfast or any other thing like that's a good way to celebrate. It celebrates National DJ Day, celebrates the work of DJs and on-air personalities all over the world. But it was created to celebrate the work of one famous jock, Alan Freed, which if you don't know who he is, he was better known as Moondog. And in the 1950s, he coined the term rock and roll. That's where that phrase came from, was from a DJ. So he's the reason that DJs are honored on January the 20th. So for everybody who plays the chicken dance for the millionth time at a wedding, to radio personalities who get you through your morning commute, we are saluting all DJs today like this.
And on the 364th day, when God was bored and simply trying to use up all his spare leftover parts, he said, I need someone to get up at 3:30 in the morning with a big mouth and a small amount of common sense. So God made a DJ. He said, I need someone who always knows the time and the temperature, the latest internet rumor, and what time the band takes the stage. So God made a DJ. I need someone willing to give caller number 8 a pair of tickets to the Herpes Simplex 12 screen, to spend their Saturdays handing out pizza to used car salesmen, and to ask every single caller what station's doing it for you. So God made a DJ. I need someone whose voice and face don't match, like the roar of a lion coming out of the butt of a chihuahua. So God made a DJ. I need someone who can say with a straight face that Nickelback is their favorite band, to ask you for the phrase that pays, and then inform you that you're listening to the hot rockin', flame-throwing, booty-kicking, steamrolling, corn-shucking tower of hit music power that's shaking the lakes and rocking the docks. So God made a DJ. He's a maestro of sexual innuendo, a virtuoso of the fart sound effect, and he or she is always doing it with you, to you, and for you, right up until the big hour of 10 o'clock or beyond. Yes, God made a DJ so that one day, when your child comes to you and says, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman, a carny, a clown, or a mime, you will have someone else to point to and say, just so you don't end up like that. And that's why God made a DJ.
Happy National DJ Day! Early. Gary's, are you going to drop that off? He'll have it in the KIX parking lot. Thank you, Gary Crow. Gary knows how to celebrate National DJ Day. And by the way, if you don't celebrate National DJ Day appropriately, then it means you don't like Jesus, puppies, or kittens. I don't make these rules. I'm just telling you. No, it's a real day, Jimmy. Look it up. I don't think most websites have the appropriate way to celebrate like I was describing, but it is a real day tomorrow. I love the voice of a lion out of the butt of a chihuahua. I want that on a t-shirt. That is me. The voice of a lion and the butt of a chihuahua. Is there a better link to it? Not really. Shut up, Megan. Those were not too short. Right, Bobby? I am a real boy, Sheila. All right, let's see what. Speaking of National DJ Day, I thought this would be kind of good with that. They put up a new list on Reddit. What song lyrics do you always sing incorrectly, even though you know they're wrong? They have a list of the more popular ones on here. So if someone says Jingle Bells, then you say, Batman smells Robin laid an egg. Always. Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Always. This one lady said her husband and her start living on a prayer with lemon on a pear. I think that's going to be a new one. The song Loser by Beck. I'm a lizard, baby, so why don't you kill me? I like this one from ABBA for Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen, young and sweet, only 7 teeth. And this person changes Guns N' Roses' Paradise City, which just broke a record for number of streams on Spotify, by the way. Take me down to the Paradise City where the girls are green and the grass is pretty. Alanis Morissette, the You Oughta Know. No, no, no. That one. That it's not fair to deny me of the cross-eyed bear that you gave me. And Daft Punk's Get Lucky. We rob a Mexican monkey. This one's good, too, for Darius Rucker's Wagon Wheel. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, Maserati. For me, the song by Yes, Owner of a Lonely Heart, is always going to be Odor of Baloney Farts. That's mine. You guys have any? Pair of shoes in this house. The Lady Antebellum song, Hey Bartender, I always hear as Hey Bart Jr. Hey Bart Jr. Always. Can't help it. Oh, speaking of song lyrics, we've got Classic Country Theater coming up on the Morning KIX Challenge in just 20 minutes for a chance for you to win some Simple Simon's Pizza. Got a $25 gift certificate we're going to be giving away. So that's just 20 minutes from now. We're going to do Jen's movie assignment. So since National DJ Day is tomorrow, I wanted to assign her. And I really went round and round on this because there are a couple of DJ radio related movies. There is Airheads. Came very close to doing Airheads. She's seen Good Morning Vietnam, which is the ultimate radio movie. There's the movie Radio Days. But Airheads, I came very close to giving her Airheads, but I thought that this one would be a little more impactful, the one that I chose. And I worked in talk radio once, a long time ago. And it was in a contentious market. So that means that part of our job was to rile up our audience, was the programming expected us to have disagreements with the audience. If we weren't in debate with our audience, or having some sort of contention, at least with part of the audience, then we weren't doing our job. This movie came out about that time. When is it? Did I have that? Yeah. So this movie had only been out a couple of years at that time, and it scared me enough that I'd had a couple of threats similar to what had happened. I was really good. I know you can't imagine that, but I was really good at being contentious, at debating, at getting people's irritation up. I knew how to push buttons. I know you can't believe that, sweetheart, that I am. But based on the reaction that I had gotten from a few of the listeners in this market, and this was in a much bigger city than Joplin, I decided that, and the movie, and also the work environment that I was in at the time, I decided to quit. At that time, I thought I had quit radio completely. I just got out of it. I didn't work in radio for like the next, I think about 9 or 10 months I was out of radio. And it sucked me back in within the year. I do push buttons, don't I, Sheila? There's a few of them here. Sometimes I don't push them hard enough. Hey, nuts of egg. Sarah, that is awesome. Paint me a burning ham. I've heard that one before. Yeah. Those are all good. The song Working for a Living, and Bobby's on here. He'll back me up on this. So Bobby and I played music together for many, many, many years in bands together. And we did a song by Huey Lewis and the News called Working for a Living. And we always used to change the words on the very last chorus. I'm taking what they're giving because I'm working for a living. We'd say, I'm taking what they're giving because I'm jerking on a chicken. Always. I don't know why. Later, Sarah. Hope you get that thing taken care of. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country morning kicks with Randy and Jen. Jen's out today, but we are still going to give her movie assignment for Jen's movie Rehab right after Chris Lane on KIX 102.5. There he is. Yeah, jerking on a chicken. I don't know why. And then we go, "Paka!" Bobby still plays music almost every weekend. He still does club circuit stuff, but I wish he was closer where some of you could go hear him. He's really amazing, really, really an amazing guitar player, singer all the way around, and has done this all of his life. And you could go see him. It'd just be about a 4-hour drive. And then you'd have a 4-hour drive back, so... Oh, they also on Reddit, they've got a list. Well, we were talking about this yesterday. Your favorite redneck saying, we were talking about maybe doing that as a topic. That guy pulls more tail than kids at a petting zoo, that kind of thing. Or, you got to eat crow, don't nibble at it. Can't never could and ain't never would. That there's harder than woodpecker lips. Don't tell me about the pain. Just show me the baby. I don't know if we get any good ones of that. Those are great, but that's asking for a lot of creative muscle first thing in the morning. And that's a little difficult for most people. Good morning, Lisa. Yes, we were just talking about that a few minutes ago, Lisa. She's going to be singing the national anthem, and Post Malone's going to be singing America the Beautiful. I don't know if that's redneck, Sheila, but it is a good one. That's more of a parentism. And we have talked about those before. That'll definitely be one that we have to get audio of to use in the mornings when we start the show. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Going to be a little cloudy and cold today. Highs around 19. Wind chill advisory in effect. Wind chill values are going to be as low as -9 with northwest winds up to 17 mile an hour and gusting up to 24 mile an hour. So definitely a cold day you want to wrap up for, and we'll give you a complete look at the weather forecast and 4 states news in just 25 minutes. Also, got your chance to win a $25 gift certificate to Simple Simon's Pizza with the Morning Kicks Challenge. Going to be playing the geniusness that is classic country theater, giving you the chance to identify the song that I'll be performing in just 11 minutes. And if you can identify that song, you're going to win a free $25 gift certificate to Simple Simon's Pizza. Jen's gone today because apparently she didn't get enough time off for her birthday on Wednesday, but we're still going to give her movie assignment for Jen's Movie Rehab. Well, this is where we assign Jen a different movie every weekend to go watch because before she came to KIX, she had seen few, if any, movies. So every time we made a movie reference or something, she'd just sit there looking blankly with drool coming down out of her mouth onto her chin because she wouldn't know what we were talking about. And we realized that she needs to be rehabilitated and needs to watch some of these iconic, famous movies that everybody else has seen. So every weekend we assign her a movie. She goes home and watches it and then comes back and reviews it on Monday. So since tomorrow is the important all-encompassing holiday known as National DJ Day, we wanted to assign a movie about radio. And she's already seen Good Morning Vietnam, which is the ultimate radio movie. And I thought about the movie Airheads, with Brandon Fraser. But I think a bigger, more influential movie would be the movie Talk Radio, which surprisingly few people have seen. But it was a 1988 American drama thriller directed by Oliver Stone, one of his earlier movies, and it starred Eric Bogosian, Alec Baldwin was in it, Ellen Green, Leslie Hope. It was based on a play of the same name by Bogosian and Ted Savinar, and portions of the film and the play were based on the assassination of the Denver talk radio host Alan Berg back in 1984. That's a whole other story you can go look up. But the story of the movie is about on-air radio personality Barry Champlain, who likes to push buttons and the envelope on his radio show. He had gained popularity by being controversial, and now his show is getting ready to go national. But as he is enjoying his professional success, his personal life is unraveling. He's still battling with his ex-wife, and he's also receiving sizable amounts of hate mail. And when he hits the airwaves for a lengthy session, he gets a deranged caller who may prove to be his match. It's rated R, so it's not one for the kids, but if you want to watch it along with Jen this weekend, you can rent it on Prime, Vudu, or Apple TV. And so she'll watch that while coughing and sniffling and sneezing or blowing out birthday candles or whatever, and then come back and review the movie on Monday, and we'll see what she thinks about it then on Jen's Movie Rehab on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. There we go. So up next, classic country theater. I think we need an intro like that for it with lots of echo, No, it was Wednesday, Jimmy. Didn't you know her birthday was Wednesday? Did you miss her birthday Wednesday, Jimmy? For shame. Morning, Kathy. Good Lord. All right. I have got to get air checks of our Wrapped Up Like a Douche. Oh, my goodness. That's the best one in the world, Bobby. Why? I can't believe I forgot that one. Everybody hears Blinded by the Light, which is by Manfred Mann Band. Originally, it was by Bruce Springsteen. How many of you knew that? Bruce Springsteen was the guy who wrote that song and had the original hit with it. But when they go, wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night, which the deuce, he's talking about the Deuce Coupe, a car. But everybody here's wrapped up like a douche, which I grew up thinking douches were wrapped up because of that song. Oh, boy. Anybody got any big plans this weekend? Revved up like a deuce. That's it. Yeah, revved up like a deuce. I'm going to be stuck in the studio most of the day tomorrow. I've got 2 songs I got to learn. It's going to take a lot of the day. And that's about all I have planned. I'm going to try to hit the gym and get back to going back to the gym. I quit, of course, through vacation. Because what's the point? But other than that, got to play on Sunday, and that's it. It is supposed to get warmer next week and rainy, which will be good because we need the rain to wash all this salt off of everything. And the streets are like snow white because of all the salt, liquid salt that's on them. It's supposed to rain on Sunday night, Monday, and then Monday night. But then Tuesday, it's going to be cloudy with highs up around 50, 47 for the high on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then 48 on Thursday with another chance of rain. So, finally, some warmer temperatures coming. Because they piled, okay, I have a spot where I park every single day. It's not my parking spot, it's just where I park. It's very convenient, it's easy when I get there, and it's always open first thing in the morning before everybody else gets here. But that's right where they piled all the snow. So I can't even use that parking spot. I thought about going ahead and driving up on it because my truck would. There'd be sitting up on top of the snow mountain in our parking lot. I should have called. You're right, Dave. I should have called her, but I was afraid of how she might sound. I mean, on her best day, you know. I'm kidding. It's definitely not her best day. Yeah, he explained the whole song. You quit your complaining, Dave. The only reason I'm complaining is because you're on here. We had already talked about that movie, giving her that movie assignment, which if you've never seen it and you want a really good movie, you can tell it's based on a play because of it's only got like, I think, 4 cast members, 4 or 5. And a lot of it is people off scene, off camera, you know, the callers that he's talking to. But if you really want a good feeling for the stress level behind a talk radio show, a real talk radio show, that accurately represents it. And also the hate relationship, pretty much. Not, I was going to say love-hate, but no, it's pretty much hate relationship between a programmer, a station program director, and talent in that environment. It's very, very, very contentious. And one of the reasons that I quit that kind of work was it's just too much stress, way too much stress. And you'll see it. You feel it through this movie. The stuff we do in here compared to that is like taking a nap. I could have given her Howard Stern's private parts, but that's just... There's so much that's bad in that movie that I don't feel comfortable assigning her that. But it is a pretty accurate representation of what major market radio is like, though, too. Doesn't it? I said, I want a t-shirt that says the voice of a lion from the butt of a chihuahua. The voice of a lion. Well, thank goodness they found it, though, Kathy. I mean, think of that. That's the good thing, is that they caught it, they found it, and I'm assuming they're going to use a stent, probably, to open that up, clear that out. I have a friend, a lady I know from Carthage, that just had a heart attack at like age 40-something. She's in her 40s and just had a heart attack. So it's not impossible. Your face is the Chihuahua, Dave. All right, we're going next. Classic Country Theater. And I put forth that this is the greatest thing to ever be on the radio. I'll let you hear it. So this performance is one of the great. Let's be honest, they're all great, but this one's really good. It's got its moments. Let's see if you can identify what the song is. I mean, somebody's got to win that $25 gift certificate, right? I have to clear my pipes. All right, 40 seconds. Oh, yeah. I got new shoes for Jen's birthday. Hold on. They're Chuck Taylors. Can you see them? Yeah. They are Chuck Taylors, Converse, and they have Gore-Tex on them. So they're waterproof and insulated, and they're real thin. I mean, they feel like normal Chuck Taylor Converse, but they are warm. I can't believe how warm my feet are this morning. I'm not wearing my coat, you notice. Yes, Classic Country Theater. Here we go. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 7:50. It's going to be sunny today and cold. Highs only up near 19. Wind chill values as low as -9 because we are under a wind advisory today. And we'll tell you more about that with a look at the weather forecast and 4 states news in just 11 minutes. But first, as we do every Friday, we're going to give you the chance to win free pizza from Simple Simon's Pizza to help kick off your weekend. So it's time for the Morning KIX Challenge. And in an effort to elevate the amount of culture and class that we have here on Morning KIX, because we've been accused of not having enough of that, we're giving you the chance to win a $25 gift certificate from Simple Simon's. If you can listen closely and identify one of your favorite songs that I'm going to perform. So once again, it is time for...
Be it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I've wasted a paycheck on whiskey and long necks. Ever since you left, trying to figure this out. This Jack I've been drinking, been wasted on thinking. No, I've got a new reason for throwing them down. Line them up, pour them tall. Here's to us, happily never after all. Ain't gonna waste one more night missing, wanting you back. No, I ain't gonna cry another tear in this class. You didn't waste any time finding somebody new, so I ain't gonna. Thank you. No, don't look at me. Thank you. All right, now, if you can identify that song, we're going to hook you up with a $25 gift certificate to Simple Simon's Pizza, 623-1025, and tell us what the song is to win from the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. I almost answered the call on the air, and I thought at the last minute, so let's go ahead and get them. Oh, wait a minute. I got to hook up the preview. Okay, everything's all ready. Let it go over the air. Hi there, Morning KIX. Who is this?
It's Cynthia.
Cynthia from Joplin. Hold on. Cynthia from Joplin, can you tell me what song I was performing on Classic Country Theater?
Wasted on You by Morgan Wallen.
Nope, that's not it. Wait a minute. Is it? No, it's not it. You're close, but it's not it. Keep trying. Hi there, Morning KIX. Can you tell? Who is this? Hello?
Hello.
Take us off speakerphone. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Kathy, where are you from?
Diamond.
Kathy from Diamond, can you tell me what song that is?
Is it Whiskey on You by Nate Smith?
Whiskey on You, Nate Smith. That is it. Congratulations. You have got a $25 gift certificate to Simple Simon's Pizza to help hook you up with pizza for this weekend.
Great. Sounds good.
Just tell me who's the 4 states #1 for country.
612.5.
All right, Kathy, I'm going to put you on hold for just a minute, and then I'll come back and get your information, okay?
Okay.
Stay right there. Not wasted on you. We did that not too long ago. Kathy, where are you from? Okay, let me fix all this. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't take them on live. That's why we pre-record. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, and we are trying to figure out what song was being performed on classic country theater. Let's see if we can get an answer. Kathy from Diamond, can you tell me what song that is?
Is it Whiskey on You by Nate Smith?
Whiskey on You, Nate Smith. That is it. Congratulations. You have got a $25 gift certificate to Simple Simon's Pizza to help hook you up with pizza for this weekend.
Great. Sounds good.
Just tell me who's the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
There we go. Let me get Kathy. Okay, Kathy. What is your last name?
Cinn.
Oh, Cassie. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Everybody always thinks I say Kathy.
You still on Neutral Lane in Webb City, Missouri?
Yep.
All right. Well, then all I need for you to do is come by and get your certificate. We've got it waiting for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
Yay. Let me edit her details because and they don't have her email address. I should have gotten that. Yay. Okay, next hour. What would your warning label be if you had one? Mine, contents under pressure. Object in mirror may appear larger than it actually is. Close cover before striking. There's so many of these. Megan knew it. Megan knew it. Yeah, they kind of look like, I'm just now seeing my shoes on the video. That's how far behind it is. They kind of look like boots, but they're not. They are the only thing about them that is boot worthy is the top. It's got an eyelet, one of those little eyelet things instead of whatever you call that, instead of an eyelet. That's the only thing. And the fact that they're made out of Gore-Tex. So they're my winter shoes. I got them. They were half price on the Converse site. I could not have afforded them at their full price. Okay. We got one more song before the news. So I am going to go to the bathroom, and I'm going to leave you with the creepy bunny while I do, but I'll be right back. Stay right there. Caution, the subject has no filter. Proceed with ease. Parental guidance suggested. Oh, goodness. No, he doesn't need TP, Jimmy. He uses his fur. Time for the news. Did you guys hear about the water damage at the courthouse? I guess it's closed now until at least Monday. It's going to be sunny today and cold. Highs around 19, but a wind chill advisory is in effect with wind chill values as low as -9, gusting as high as 24 miles an hour at times. Then tonight's going to be clear and cold too, with lows down around 4 and wind chill values as low as -9. Saturday's going to be sunny with highs near 21, and then Saturday night partly cloudy with lows around 14. Sunday will be partly sunny, but there'll be a chance of rain in the overnight into Monday. KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar's not showing anything over the 4 states. It is 9 in Seneca, 6 in Carthage, and 7 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, head to the KIX app. So we're wanting to know if you came with a warning label, which a lot of us probably should. If you did come with a warning label, what would your warning label be? Perfect Friday topic, because we don't care about doing anything serious anyway, right? 623-1025 to text or tell us. What would your warning label be? Or you can tell us on Facebook. Here's Chris Young. Here's my warning label. I'm coming over. KIX 102.5. I don't have no parents. Yes, proceed with extra caution. they say extensive, so I don't know, Megan. I mean, I'm assuming extensive. They had just had all that new sheetrock and everything put in and all that new wood parquet. So hopefully that could be expensive to fix. I'm sure there's insurance for that. I have been through that myself. So the trick is, if you ever have your water pipes freeze on you, and you don't know this, is if they freeze, of course, they're not going to bust while they're frozen. The busting part happens because of the contraction and everything that happens as the ice is thawing. It puts an immense amount of pressure on those pipes and causes them to bust open. Of course, then it melts and the water goes everywhere. So the trick is, once they're frozen, to go through and open all your faucets. That releases that pressure and will prevent them from busting. Oh, boy. All right, got all the calls ready. Although we could always use more. Well, they do have pipe heating tape that you can put on pipes if you know you're susceptible to this. I had it. So the house that me and Gina had before we moved to Joplin was in the ground. I've told you about it before. But for a long time, there was a crack on the soffits on the north side of the house. That's where the wall meets the eaves. And I didn't know it was there. And so, like, for 3 years in a row, our pipes froze. And they busted 1 or 2 years. Had to have sheetrock all redone, new carpet and everything. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:08. Got to look at the weather forecast in about 12 minutes. Going to tell you about the wind chill advisory that is going to affect us all day long. It's only 7 right now in Joplin. But we're talking about, since it's Friday, nobody feels like doing anything serious anyway. We're wanting to know, if you came with a warning label, what would your warning label be? and almost any of them apply, or at least they do to me. You can tell us what your warning label would be at 623-1025. You can text us or tell us there, or tell us on Facebook. What would your warning label be if you came with one? Here's Jimmy Allen on the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. So those pipes, because it was in the ground, the pipes went through our attic. And so anytime the wind would come out of the north, it would just like funnel it right up into the attic. And I tried putting extra insulation over the pipes and everything. Didn't matter. They'd still freeze. And so finally, I found out about this extension cord heat tape. And what it is, it's an extension cord that gets hot. And you wrap it, it's like 100 foot. You wrap it around the pipes and then plug it in, and it keeps it warm. So we just leave it in place all year long, and when it got to be really, really cold, I'd go up and just plug those in the night before, and that would take care of it. And then I found out, I have a crack or a gap between the wall and the eaves, and I put a board in there and sealed that shut. Never even had to use the heat tape again. We had our pipes freeze here in Joplin. I think the first year we were here when we had that first ice storm. And back then we had siding on the house. One of the outside faucets froze. Well, the pipe comes into the wall. So it was in my closet, is where the pipe in the wall of my closet. And I heard water running one day, and after I'd come home, and I went in there and the carpet's all soaking wet, and it had broken out a hole in the wall. And I fixed that pipe with JB Weld. Went and turned the water off, dried it all off, and I put JB Weld around it, let it cure for 12 hours or so, fixed it. That JB Weld is still on that pipe to this day inside the wall. We fixed all the sheetrock. We now have brick on the exterior of our home. That's the best way, Kathy, is if you have a basement and it's got it up in the ceiling of your basement, and if your heat source is in your basement, of course, it's keeping it warm down there. You don't ever have to worry about your pipes that way. Now, if I say that, Kathy, your exterior pipes that go to your faucets can still freeze. Or if you have a well, or if your water pump source is outside, like if you're on city water and the pipe going to your meter underground, that stuff can still freeze. It's not likely, but it can. I've heard of that happening before. We had a well at that house in South Central Missouri, and it had looked like a manhole that stuck up out of the ground in our side yard about that far, concrete deal, and it had a manhole-like cover on it. And we had to keep insulation in there because the pump was located in there. Your drain froze. That's crazy, Megan. See, so that's down in the ground, so it can still freeze. It's just got to be really, 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 really cold. So when the tornado happened and we had to replace all those faucets, we replaced them with a no-freeze faucets, which I believe they let out a small trickle of water all the time. It doesn't like make the wall wet or anything, so I don't know how it does it. But it prevents them from freezing. Morning, Kendra. Jen decided she didn't have enough days off for her birthday on Wednesday, so she took another day off for her birthday. No, I'm kidding. She's sick. She shouldn't have been here yesterday. So she originally took off Wednesday because she was sick and came back Thursday because she didn't want to miss Thursday because she missed me too much, understandably. And then I told her, I said, you should have stayed home and given yourself the chance to rest up because she didn't feel good all day yesterday. And this morning it was just too much. So she stayed home. We're going to give her the weekend to get better. And by gosh, if she's not better by Monday, we're going to do something. No. So I found this story and had to share it with you about this guy from Chicago who is taking legal action against 27 women, and he's demanding $75 million in damage after they wrote bad reviews about him on a Facebook page called Are We Dating the Same Guy? The guy's name is Nico D'Ambrosio. He claims that these women have harmed his reputation by posting negative comments about him on a private Facebook group where women can critique their dates and wonder out loud if their boyfriends are cheating and simply talk about their bad dates. The lawsuit claims that the women broadcast their outrageous, cruel, and malicious lies about him with the knowledge that the statements were false or with reckless disregard as to whether or not they were true. One woman accused him of becoming very clingy very fast, showing off his wealth and warning her not to see his bad side, especially during business calls. She posted a picture of him with her, and several women said they had had similar experiences with him. One commenter said, I went out with him a few times over a year ago. He told me what I wanted to hear until I split with him, and then he ghosted me. I'd steer clear. Another said he had been posted on this group before. The poster said he sent her a bunch of texts calling her names because she didn't want to spend the night with him. Boy, nothing like a good public lawsuit to salvage your reputation, is there? 75 million? Right. That's a good idea. But that would be extra work they'd have to do on themselves, Megan. Isn't there a way around it? Yeah, Megan's sick this morning too, and there's been some others. I know our engineer, he's here today, but he was sick yesterday. $17, $18, $19. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Want to know, if you came with a warning label, what would it be? Think about it and tell me at 623-1025. Here's Luke Bryan on KIX 102.5. Oh, and this story. Now, you ladies tell me if you think this is a good idea. There is a controversy in Atlanta over a dance studio that offers classes for kids. Pole dancing classes for kids. In fact, Pink Pole Studio is the name of the place. They have introduced the Mommy and Me class, advertising it with a video of parents and children playing and spinning on poles, learning to pole dance. Several people have complained about the use of children in advertising pole dancing lessons. And in response, the studio said, the media misrepresents pole fitness as being the same as pole dancing at strip clubs. Pole fitness is not stripping. They said pole dancing classes will build confidence in children. Just the same, they do offer a 10% discount if your kid is named Amber, Jade, or Crystal with a K. When they say kids aren't learning enough technical skills for future careers. Yep. Mommy and Me pole dance classes. You don't think it's a good idea? Oh, boy. I had another thing for National DJ Day, but we saved this really for, there is a National Radio Day that celebrates the birth of radio, the very first radio broadcast. And I have a special deal for that I'll let you guys hear after we get through with the calls here in about 20 seconds. I almost did that today, and I thought, no, we'll save it for radio birthday. It's not as good as the God made a DJ thing anyway. KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:19. Jen's out again today, but hopefully he'll be back with us on Monday. We're talking today, since it is Friday, and nobody feels like doing anything serious anyway. We're wanting to know, if you came with your own warning label, I don't know where you'd tie that, but if you came with your own warning label, what would yours be? 623-1025. What would your warning label be if you came with one? Or you can tell us on Facebook. Hi there, Morning KIX.
Alcohol may intensify the effect.
Yeah, that is so appropriate for you, Christine.
I know. I knew you'd love that one.
Mm-hmm. What would your warning label be if you had one?
Caution, explosive. My fuse is pretty short some days.
Yeah, especially, that one time a month when all the volatile chemicals combined together.
Be careful, Randy.
I know. Contents are explosive, right? Says so right there on the warning label. What would your warning label be?
Warning, radioactive gas.
Contents flammable. Do not light a match near this.
Exactly.
Close cover before striking. What would your warning label be if you had one?
Mine would probably have to be warning may detonate spontaneously.
She could go off at any time, so handle her carefully.
Very true.
Tell us what your warning label would be if you had one on Facebook, or you can text or tell us at 623-1025. It's the 4 states number 1 for country. I need to put this on Facebook, so hold on a second. I forgot. And then what emoji? I think the guy going, Okay, so for radio's birthday, not National DJ Day, but for radio's birthday, we talk about the history of radio, and this is a little educational film that we always show every year. Listen.
And now, Britannica Films, in association with your high school personal hygiene class, presents the history of radio. Oh, no. Last time, we learned that the sounds emanating from your radio actually come from hundreds of tiny people who are trapped inside and held there by painful chains and manacles. Now our story continues. Chapter 7, The Show, or Radio Goes Berserk.
There you go. Little people held with chains and manacles. I just noticed that the Drive at 5 sign up has expired on the website, so I got to get that fixed. There we go. Somebody had said, I don't know where to get signed up at. And I'm like, well, that's easy to find. But I went there and it says it has ended. So I'm sure that's just an end of the year thing. Nobody's been able to sign up. Oh my gosh, I remember that. Call me back after 9 or after 6 p.m. Remember that? Was she any good, Megan? Okay, so with all the snowfall that's been affecting all of the country, it's been really bad in Tennessee, and they had an inmate escape in the middle of a snowstorm. He waited until right in the middle of an extreme cold snap. DeMarcus Davis jumped out of a patrol car that was transporting him from one location to another. He was being taken to the Shelby County Jail this last Sunday night, but he got out, got away from him and everything. But just 45 minutes later, he turned himself into the police because it was too cold. I guess the temperature at the time there was 13 degrees. I think cold. He was handcuffed and they rearrested him. That saves a couple of seconds anyway. How much sense does this make? He's freezing, so what do? They throw him in the cooler. What the heck? So, and speaking of pole dancing, this is really cool. Oh, Megan says never met her for good reasons. They weren't together very long. She ran off with another woman. You could write a book. You could. So speaking of pole dancing, there's a woman in London named Jess Porter Langston who has made news because she was devastated when her pet hamster named Hamilton died last August. Now, stay with me on this. She wanted to do something special to immortalize Hamilton. So she found a local taxidermy artist to stuff him and pose him holding onto a little pole like a stripper. Not making this up. Says he's wearing a little pink G-string stuffed with tiny dollar bills. And she keeps him right next to her bed. Said it cost her 175 pounds, about $200. Now, what would be really cool is if when you pressed a button, it spun around to the song Pour Some Carrot Shavings on Me by Def Gerbil. I'm seeing a horror movie where he comes alive like Chucky and is so mortified at what she's done to him that he kills everyone on the block. I'd watch it. At least it's a hamster and not something like a big lizard. Yuck. Yep. Hamster. I wonder if I can find it. Hold on. I gotta see if I can find it. Although this is going to look really weird in my search history. Hamster. One. Stripper pole. There it is. My gosh. Oh, that is not even very good. Okay, where's my... Gotta be a better way. So long. Here it is. Here's another view. gosh. Oh, my goodness. It's a real thing. I can hear the do 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 do, the hamster song. I knew that hamsters hibernate. Yes, just like most rodents, they don't fully hibernate like, say, a bear or something, but they sleep a lot more during the winter. The squirrels we used to have do the same thing. They'd only get up like once a day to eat and drink, and then they'd sleep the rest of the time. You can wake them up, but boy, they are grouchy. Yeah, dollar bills scattered around. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Want to know if you came with your own warning label, what would it say? Text or tell us at 623-1025. It's Low Cash on KIX. Yes, the ones driving the cars. Hated those commercials. I don't know why I hated those commercials, but I did. So, you guys know who the band Smashing Pumpkins is, right? Everybody knows the band Smashing Pumpkins. They did an online deal for a lead guitarist. They're looking for a new guitarist, and Jeff Schroeder, who had played with the band, left the group recently. So, their post says they were looking for a new guitarist, not a bass player, a guitarist, and that the application process is open to anyone who might be interested. And they took video applications online. They've had over 10,000 people send in demos. They claim they have 8 people working full-time to review each and every one of them. Bet the first applicant's going to get it. What you want to bet? They ought to do rotating guitars like they did with the Jeopardy hosts. If they're still going through 10,000 audition tapes, if they're going to have to go through all 10,000, there is still plenty of time for you to buy a guitar, learn how to play it, and submit your own demo. No, I don't like their music. I don't like they're way too effects-based with their guitar playing. It's not about guitar skill. It's about textures, tricks, and effects. And I'm not good enough with textures, tricks, and effects to do that. Just not my style of music. I wouldn't even know where to start. Although I think we're about the same age demographic, though. I think Smashing Pumpkins, those guys and I are about the same age, most of them. There are 2 types of professional guitarists I've found over the years. There's the ones that spend the time actually practicing things, learning skills with their hands, you know, how to play complicated, difficult things. And then there are the ones who give up on that after a while, and instead they focus all their energy into their equipment, and they come to become They learn how to become really proficient at using their equipment to hide their deficiencies in their playing. And it has become a whole style of guitar playing in and of itself. Hey, Will Miller. Okay, time for more phone calls. And there comes one right as I'm going on the air. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen. It's going to be cold today. Wind chill advisory in effect. High's only going to be up to 19, but the wind chill is going to make it feel like -9 as it gusts up to as much as 24 miles an hour. Got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 15 minutes. Friday edition. So you still got time to get on the KIX website at KIX1025.com or go on the KIX app and make your song picks before we start playing them back to kick off your weekend in just 15 minutes. But today, since it is Friday, we're wanting to know if you came with your own warning label, what would it say? 623-1025 to text or tell us what would your warning label be, or you can tell us on Facebook. If you came with a warning label, what would your warning label say? Hi there, Morning Kicks.
It would say, warning, I'm about to explode.
From all the bologna you've eaten?
No, just life.
What would your warning label say?
Don't put me on speakerphone.
Okay.
My mouth flowers all the time. My sister never puts me on speakerphone.
Oh, okay. That's the warning label. I thought you were telling me not to put you on speakerphone. I was like, we don't have another way to do this, really.
Yeah.
All right, don't put her on speakerphone.
Ever.
What she will say. What would your warning label say if you came with one?
Warning, do not overinflate past manufacturer's suggested settings.
Yeah, that would put contents under pressure.
That's right.
If you came with your own warning label, what would yours say?
May cause nausea and vomiting. I have that effect on people.
And not just women, right? What would your warning label say if you came with one? You can text or tell us at 623-1025 or on Facebook. It's the 4 states #1 for country, KIX 102.5. And they hang up right as I get off the air. Not how it works. Let's see what we're getting on Facebook in response to this. This ought to be an easy one. Hi there, Morning Kicks. If you came with your own warning label, what would it say?
May explode at any minute.
May explode, so put a cork in it.
There you go.
Thanks for calling. A lot of explosion, pressure, contents, all that sort of thing. One comment, and it is B word, please. That's not really a warning label. Okay. Oh my goodness, Jimmy. I think I know the type of guitar you're talking about. Those are old. Yes, Will. What? It says, try to learn how to play. Your thumbs are just too short. Wasn't comfortable. That's an excuse. And the reason I know this, Megan, is, and I think I've told you guys this story one time before. I was playing at a club in Pocahontas, Arkansas, with the band I was with at the time. and we were getting ready for fourth set, which crazy stuff happens in fourth set. That's the fourth hour. You know, your midnight hour from midnight to 1 usually in most clubs, although in Arkansas it's a little different. And our keyboard player said, hey, there's a guy over here who wants to get up and sit in with us. You ought to let him. And I'm like, sure, who is it? And he took me over and introduced me to this guy who had no arms. No arms. He had no arms. You hearing what I'm saying? He had no arms. So I'm like, is this a joke? And he said, no. He said he can really play. And I'm like, all right, this I got to see. So they laid down a towel on the floor and laid my guitar down on it. And he sat in a chair and sat and played with the band for 3 songs and blew my mind. He used his feet. He held a pick between his first 2 toes and played and was all over the stupid thing with his toes. I mean, he was really, really good. I didn't want him to quit. I just sit there with my mouth open. So you can play with your toes, Megan. That's not a warning label, Will. That's just a statement. I bet you can. Which ones? Which feet, Megan? These or those? I think there's video of this guy out there. Surely there is. I've never looked it up. But blew my mind, this guy. I thought I'd had too much to drink at first. Megan, you pretty good on drums? I can carry rhythm on drums. I'm not good at rolls. Once I start doing rolls, I start breaking down. And I'm really good with double bass for some reason. I can do polyrhythms and everything with my feet. I had a weird dream yesterday. I hate these dreams. I dreamed that I had a live broadcast to go to, and I was late and could not get around. Seemed like everything was working against me, and I was getting later and later, and it was a long ways away, and I knew there was no way I was going to be able to get there in time, and I woke up freaking out, stressed. Hate those. You ever have those dreams where you wake up and you're late for work, and, you know, you've got to scramble like crazy, and it seems like you're going in slow motion, and everybody is slowing you down, and I hate those. Ugh. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. We're going to be too early. We need another song. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Hold on, I'll find one real quick. There we go. That'll put us back on time. Oh, I hate that one. Yeah. Where you dream that you have to go pee. You have to go pee really bad. And maybe you halfway wake up and then you go back to sleep and dream that you've. Oh, no. I thought I put that one through. I swear I did. I just discovered a song that's got a new song intro on it. I'm going to have to go fix. But yeah, you dream that you get up and go to the bathroom and start to pee, only you're really still in bed. And if you're not careful, that can backfire on you. Yeah, that is not a good dream to have. I haven't done that one in a long time, too. And luckily, any time that I have, I've woke up just as, with the ability to go, nope. Very hard to talk yourself into getting up at night, especially if the house is cold. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up so I can go fix this song real quick before we do our last break here. Plus, I got to get some endorsement stuff ready to send in. But on Monday, since we're heading into a political and election year, this is really going to be valid. We're going to be talking about the social media behavior that you can't stand. The social media behavior that drives you crazy on Monday. Just get that out of the way. Les Jen will be back. We'll have her review of talk radio. See what she thought about that. And if you know somebody who's an inventor or wants to be an inventor, we may have a solution for you. Also going to be talking about the world's first trillionaire, which hasn't happened yet, but scientists and researchers say that's going to be happening, that we're going to have our first individual trillionaire within the next 10 years. That's too much money for any one person to have. I think we can all agree. I mean, I don't think you could give it away fast enough to be able to get rid of it all in your lifetime with that. But apparently somebody is going to accumulate that. But we'll be talking about all those things on Monday. Hopefully next week we can get back into podcasting. We're now into our, third week of January and still haven't done one since before Christmas. So we'll hopefully be starting up our podcast. It's just worked against us this week with Jen being sick. So have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves. Get better. Stay warm. Bye.